guys, it's Mary. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be how to make money as a teen, as you can tell by the title below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want more, adult life hack type videos, let me know in the comments if you have any other video suggestions, and subscribe if you haven't already. Join the fam, join the club. Let's just get right into it. My first tip is to sell your clothes online. And you can sell your clothes on Poshmark, on Depop, on ThredUp. You can sell your clothes on any three of those. There's obviously more out there. If you know any more, comment down below if you know any more. But this is just like an easy way to get money. Do a yard sale. Now this you kind of have to talk to your parents about if you still live at home. But for the most part, they shouldn't have a problem with it. They just might have to come, supervise you depending on how old you are. Selling your old electronics. Now this you can do via Craigslist or like Facebook Market. You should, if you're not older than, I would say 18, I would have your parents help you with it. Just because at 16, somebody can meet up with you and still kidnap you. So I would still have an adult come with you to meet this person. If you're going to sell an item, don't have somebody come to your house, because then they'll know where you live and they'll see that you are a kid. But if you have like an old like DS or like a PS2 or like an Xbox 360 that you don't use anymore but still works, you could sell it. I made $35 off my DSi and my little sister's DSi. I sold them separately, and I just like included the game in the case that I had for it, and I made 35 bucks. If you're under 14, have your parents sell it for you. Have them put it on Craigslist or Facebook Market for you. Do not do it yourself. Babysitting. You can make a lot of money babysitting. If your parents, if you're older than 13 and your parents, go out on the weekends or during after school or whatever, and they have friends with younger kids, I can guarantee you they will let you babysit their kids. If you're mature enough. If you're not mature enough, they probably won't. But I could make, my little sister can go babysit two of my mom's friends' kids, only 2 kids, and make 60 bucks right there. I could sometimes make up to $70 to $80 babysitting a bunch of kids, especially on like New Year's. If you can babysit somebody's kids on like New Year's or Cinco de Mayo, I can guarantee they'll pay you enough. And if you're like 14 and you have your friend with you or like a cousin or something, and you guys can, babysit like 5 or 6 kids and just, set up like a little like thing to do that night, you guys can just split the money. Alright, the next one is cleaning. You could clean people's houses, clean people's cars. Only do family, friends, or neighbors that you've known a long time and your parents would trust you in their house. Like if you have a nice elderly old lady that your parents have known since they moved into your house or something, and she wants you to clean out her garage, or maybe, she just needs somebody to vacuum because she can't vacuum as easy anymore. You could do that. Or like your mom's friend Rebecca wants you to wash her car, or she has an old in her basement, she just needs somebody to sweep down there and mop and move some boxes or something. You could do something like that, but don't do a stranger. Do not clean any stranger's house. You could do online surveys. I don't really recommend this because you're not going to make a lot of money for the amount of time that you're putting in and putting in your emails and having spam in your email. I don't recommend, but you can do it. You can also like watch like videos to get money. You can do like something like ubereats. I know ubereats is a really good one. I know you can like take pictures of like your receipts and stuff, and you could just take pictures of like your parents' receipts. Pet sitting. This is great if you have a little old lady neighbor and she's going out of town, or a family friend, or one of your friends is going out of town and they have a dog or a cat or a lizard or a goldfish or a bird or a snake or whatever they have, a penguin, a duck, whatever their pet is. You can just ask them to babysit or pet sit. And do not do this if you can't stay in their house alone or you can't bring their pet to your house. And do not do this if you are afraid of their pet, because if something happens where you have to pick up their pet and you're terrified, like what are you gonna do? Like my mom, I don't blame her, but I had her watch my hedgehog when I went to Rolling Loud in Miami, and my hedgehog ended up getting hair wrapped around his foot and had to have part of his foot amputated, cut off. And my mom would have only noticed had she had picked up my hedgehog, but she told me beforehand she was not going to touch him. She was just going to feed him and give him water. Now, if I would have been home, I would pick him up every day, and I would have seen that he had hair around his foot, and I could have taken it off before his foot got to the point that it did. And that was my own fault for not getting somebody that was okay handling him, and I don't blame my mom at all. But had my friend volunteered to watch my hedgehog and I found that out, I would have been very upset with my friend that she didn't, pick up my hedgehog and make sure that he was okay. So don't watch your friend's bird or snake or tarantula if you're going to be terrified, if you don't want to touch them. Because if something happens where you do have to, you're going to be scared, you're not going to want to touch them, you're going to pick them up and potentially drop them. So make sure, you like this pet, you're comfortable with it. So just make sure you're prepared and make sure you can handle this pet. Dog walking, this kind of ties in pet sitting, but you could, if you have a nice elderly neighbor and she can't walk her golden retriever every day, then you could ask her, like, hey, maybe for $10 or $15 a walk, I can walk your dog around the block, or, charge by a certain amount of time. But make sure you're, comfortable with walking somebody's dog. Make sure they're not going to pull you too hard where you're going to get hurt, and their dog could, they pull you and you let go of the leash and their dog is gone because you were responsible for this animal. So just make sure you're okay with it. Make sure you're not going to be afraid of their dog. Make sure you can handle their dog if they're, shut up. When my dogs see other dogs, they like to pull really hard on the leashes, and they get excited and they bark. Some people won't be able to handle that. Washing cars, you could, put up a sign at the end of your street that you're washing some cars for $5, $10 or something. Or you could just ask some neighbors, ask some family friends if you can wash their car. But I feel like to get enough money, just put up a sign or something like that at the end of your road. I wouldn't go to a public parking lot with a bunch of friends like people do in movies, because you can get in trouble for that because you don't have a permit and that is their property. Now, if you have a local grocery store and you know the owner or something like that and you can do that, that's great. Somebody can get their car washed while they're shopping. But other than that, I would just do it in front of your house or something. One is selling things you can make. That includes baked goods or something that you can DIY, or you can go sell some candy. So with that, I would just stay in front of your house or stay somewhere a local grocery store, if you can go in front of their area. Especially because people call the cops if you don't have a permit, even though you're a child. If your parents have a Sam's Club card, I don't know about Costco, but you can go to Sam's Club and buy this pack of candy that is meant to be sold, and it'll tell you how much you can make if you sell it for $1 or whatever, something like that. You can go to baseball games and club sporting events and sell your candy. You could sell it to family and friends, and you could do the same with the baked goods. You can sell your things that you DIY if you think they're nice enough. You could sell them on places like Etsy and Facebook Market. If you can make some really cool, chokers, or you design stickers or t-shirts or something like that, or you can, that kind of thing, then I would sell that on Etsy or Facebook. Here are some jobs that hire 14 and up, may hire 14 and up. Most of these hire 16 and up, but some locations do hire 14. So Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Safeway, Baskin-Robbins, Six Flags, Little Caesars, Burger King, and Starbucks. Those can hire you at 14. That doesn't mean that they will, and it doesn't mean that they're discriminating, because most of them do hire at 14, but some hire at 14. I have heard that Chick-fil-A will hire at 14. Also, any locally owned grocery shop or ice cream shop or anything that's really locally owned. Another job you can do is camp counseling. You can collect and return cans. You can ask neighbors. You can go door to door on your street and just ask people if they have some cans. Do not go inside someone's house. If they're oh yeah, just come downstairs into my creepy basement, I got some cans down there, run and scream. If they just say oh, hold on, I'll go get them, just be okay, and kind of back away from the door a little bit. Just take a couple steps back, just to be safe. Another thing you can do is tutoring, especially during the summer, private tutoring, group tutoring. Just post an ad, have your parents help you with that, and you could tutor some kids over the summer or during the school year. You can make YouTube videos. If you're only in it for the money though, you're going to be here a while, unless you have some viral cool video. If you do, then start now. But you have to get 4,000 hours of watch time in 12 months, and in that 12 months you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So just think about that. So if you're only in it for the money, you're gonna be here a while. Teaching a class or teaching something you're good at. If you know how to edit videos really cool, you could post an ad that you're teaching a class for that. If you're a really good artist, maybe you're really good at gardening, you just got a green thumb, you could teach a gardening class. You could put an ad to teach older or elderly people how to, use a computer, just some basic computer skills. You could, maybe a really fast typer, you can offer classes on how to type fast. Maybe you can fix a computer. If you can just do something that'll make you some money, like if you can make really cool videos and you're a great videographer, post an ad that you're shooting music videos and editing them and everything, because you're great at that. Or you'll help somebody edit their video or teach them for a certain amount of money. Or you do makeup or you do hair, you know how to you can do a sew-in, you can do box braids, you can do really fucking cool makeup, you figured out how to do acrylics. Whatever you can do or teach or, sell a service, that can make you money. If you are self-taught with something, you can do that. There's an app called Fiverr. It's basically where you're doing something for someone for money. I have examples on my phone. So examples, if you can make a brand logo online, people will pay you for that. If you can write somebody's paper. If you know how to edit really cool. This is more for like, you're not getting any business for these kinds of things, something you can do over the internet. If you're not getting any business in person. So if you're from like a small town and you want to branch out, that's more of what Fiverr is for. Like if you'll write anybody's paper, Fiverr will help you. If you'll edit anybody's video, Fiverr. If you can make brand logos and nobody that you know needs one, Fiverr. This video isn't sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, Fiverr, I'm here. Is Music X-Ray. You get paid to rate music. So you have to like listen to a song and then you give it a rating. I've never used this website. I don't really know how it works. I just know they'll pay you 10 cents a song. One is just doing tasks for elderly or neighbors, and this kind of collectively goes with dog sitting, dog walking, cleaning, helping, but this could be anything. Like your elderly neighbor needs somebody to always get her mail. She can't leave her house, it's too hard, she's got steps, it's just too hard by herself, and she needs you to get her mail every day, and she'll pay you $5 every day. Or somebody to rake their lawn, or like rake up leaves, or mow their lawn, or sweep their steps, or power wash their house, something, just like random little things that they'll pay you for that they just can't do anymore. Alright, the 20th one. The last one. Your last resort. Nothing worked. You didn't find any car to wash. Nobody needs a babysitter. Your elderly neighbors hate you because you friggin' kicked their dog when you were 7. Tutoring, you're stupid. You don't have a trade. You can't teach anything. Everything else failed. It's just went down the hole. You apply to jobs, they don't want you. You were the bad kid and pooped in the store when you were 7. You were a really bad 7-year-old. You're out of options. This is that. This is the one. You're all out of options. Ask your parents. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you figured out some ways to make some money, and hopefully you're rich. You got all these ideas. Every single one of them works for you, and now you're a millionaire. Entrepreneur right there. Put it in your Facebook bio, put it in your Instagram bio. You are an entrepreneur. Tell everybody to get their bag up. You are ahead of the game. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're going to try one of them, comment down below and let me know which one you're going to try. Or tell me some other ideas. Maybe I forgot some stuff. Leave it in the comments. Any of the websites I mentioned will be in the description bar below. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload. So far I'm uploading once a week on Saturdays, but who knows? Maybe I'll upload more.